And what's up, H1 from Team Dexpeed here, and so welcome to our new video! Today I'm gonna show you guys how amazing Blackwing Gofu the Wake Shadow is in the upcoming Spiral deck, by showing you guys a pretty easy 2-card combo of Gofu and Spiral Resort. Obviously Gofu is a 3-off in the deck, and Spiral Resort is essentially a 9-off because you're playing 3 resorts, 3 terraforming, and 3 set rotation. So this combo is, let's say, kinda consistent, especially by running a 39 card deck, thanks to our friend Patrick Hoban. Now, we'll start with a hand of 5, going first, obviously. We have our 2 starting deck cards and 3 bricks. This could be essentially everything. It's just placeholders, and possible discard Fowler later on for a quick fix. Now, let's start right into it. First, we're going to special summon a Gofu from our hand, getting ourselves 2 tokens and turning then the first token into a Link Spider. Link Spider opens up another extra monster zone. Now we are activating Resort from our hand, searching us our first quick fix, normal summon quick fix, search for Big Red from the deck. Then we go ahead and turn these 2 into Coral Dragon. Coral Dragon could possibly shoot something from our opponent's field, if we want to, going second, but not right now, so we're going to activate Big Red, get ourselves Quick Fix back from the grave. Quick Fix, of course, not hard once per turn, you know the shenanigans. Let's search a drone from the deck. Then we turn these 2 into our first Ancient Fairy Dragon, and Coral Dragon effect triggers, gives us access to another brick to our hand. Again, this could be essentially anything. Now, we go ahead, activate Ancient Fairy Dragon's first effect by popping the resort, getting us another resort and search for Agent. Then we use Ancient Fairy Dragon's second effect, special summon the drone from the hand, and stack our opponent's top 3 cards, which guarantees us to get off our Super Agent's effect from the hand. And then we go ahead, turn these 2 into Proxy Dragon, which allows us to have 2 more Link Zones on the field. Then we turn these 2 into Double Helix. And Double Helix effect, again, is guaranteed because we already stacked with Drone. We can special summon Master Plan. Master Plan is search for rescue. So we're not running out of fuel. Then we're turning these 2 into Trigate Wizard. Trigate Wizard obviously isn't out yet, but it will be very soon, early November. So just for the sake of showcasing, we're using it right now. And Master Plan, of course, that's why this card is just so crazy. Gives us access to Sleeper from the hand deck and the Resort from the deck again. Then we use a third resort to get ourselves a quick fix. And now we go ahead and discard the quick fix for the effect of the first one, special summoning itself from the grave and searching ourselves a drone. And from here on we can just go abuse the 2 quick fixes, discarding the rescue, getting ourselves another drone. And then we go ahead and turn these 2 into our first Local Lucina Reside Starling. 2 effects. First one pushes our Link Spider to amazing 1600 ATK. And second effect, detaching 1 to search the DD Crow. Then we go ahead and turn these 2 into Decode Talker. And now, to not run out of quick fixes, we have to banish our rescue from the grave, get ourselves back the Helix from the grave. So now it's calling to the Trigate Wizard, and we have the Super Agent on the field again, can abuse the 2 quick fixes by discarding the drones and searching ourselves a resort and, let's say, a Big Red. Now we turn these 2 into a second Resize Starling, not hard once per turn. So pushing the Link Spider again to 2200 Beatstick and activating its effect again, because not hard words per turn, fitting perfectly into the deck, searching ourselves a second DD Grow. Now we go ahead, banish our first drone and, let's say, a resort to get ourselves back a Super Agent from the grave to the hand. And then we go ahead, turn these 2 into a Firewall Dragon. Now we abuse quick fixes again by special summoning them by discarding a super agent and a big red to the grave and searching ourselves a utility wire. I only have one target left in the deck. You could opt to run two resorts for a last resort, for example, but I think they brick, so I don't do that. Then turning those two into Princess Bride. Princess Bride gives us another brick into the grave. I mean, yeah, obviously, you could you have pretty high chances to get the brick in the hand, because we already searched nearly all of our monsters. The chances are pretty high to get the effect of her off, but just for the sake of showcasing, we don't do that. Then we go ahead and banish another drone from the grave, and let's say a master plan, to get a super agent back to the hand. And then we special summon another quick fix by discarding any brick. We don't need it. Turning these two into Ip, the World Chalice Priester. This could essentially be another proxy dragon if you want to, but Ip is probably better. If you're a U player, you should stop your plays right here. But because we are not, we can play a super agent from the deck, from the hand, by the effect of Firewall Dragon, and turn these two into a Trigate Wizard. This opens up our second extra monster zone, and we now could possibly special summon a DD Crow from the hand by our Firewall Dragon if we want to, but we don't do that right now. We're using the effect of Quick Fix to save our second Crow in the hand for interruption next turn. So we go ahead and banish our last drone from the grave, and let's say the last resort here to special summon to get our super agent to the hand, discarding the super agent for the effect of Quick Fix. And now we turn the last Quick Fix into a Link Kuriboh. So now we can special summon a sleeper by banishing 1, 2, 3 spiral cards from our grave and equipping our sleeper with the resort. You know the shenanigans. Then we set our utility wire, and that leaves us with a hand of 5 cards, 2 DD Crow and 3 bricks. We essentially didn't use any of those. We just used one of the 4. You could choose which one you want to. And we have a field of 10 cards. So we have 7 monsters and 2 spells. 2 spells right here and a last resort. So we essentially accomplished a +10 in the first turn. We have a Link Kuriboh that gives us battle protection. We have a Spiral Sleeper, which can pop 2 cards from our opponent without cost, essentially. We have a Trigate Wizard that is co-linked with 2 monsters, Link Kuriboh and Firewall Dragon, so pushing our Firewall Dragon effect damage doubled, and it is essentially quadrupled because of both effects stack of the Trigate Wizard. Then we have a Firewall Dragon, which effect is still alive, to pop 2 cards of our opponent, because it's co-linked to both Trigate Wizards. Then we have a Trigate Wizard, which is co-linked with 3 monsters, which protects us from nearly anything, especially from board wipes. Then we have a Double Helix, which counts as a super agent, of course, and makes our Spiral Gear utility wire alive. And then we have a Link Spider, which, well, doesn't do anything but blocking the second extra monster zone, so our opponent isn't able to use his extra deck at all. And because it is at 2200 ATK, you don't have to fear too much that it get run over. So yeah, pretty cool combo right there. So you think, well, that's a really amazing first turn. That's right, but the problem with this is, I think, that this deck it's really glass cannon. To be honest, it's really glass cannon because first of all, if you get any hand trap in the first turn, you're not able to do that combo at all. If you have got a Maxi, of course, you have to stop your turn at all. If your opponent has an Ash Blossom on the first double helix effect, your turn stops right there. If they have a Drawn Lockbird on the first resort effect, your turn stops right there. If they have a Ghost Reaper to banish your double helixes from the extra deck, your turn stops right there. If they have a Ghost Ogre to kill the first quick fix, your turn stops right there. And I could go on and go on. I mean, if they have a DD Grow, your turn stops right there if they're banishing the first quick fix from the grave. So the deck is really, really vulnerable to hand traps from your opponent. And what's even worse, and here is where shit goes really bad, is if they have something to clear your board. Because it's not that hard, actually. If they have a Gamasiel on the Tri-Gate Wizard, they can activate a Darkhold or Raigeki afterwards, and you don't have anything to protect yourself. You lose everything, and you probably could just scoop because you have already banished your whole Spiral engine, pretty much everything. Your deck is just out of fuel, and you can't do anything. So you just can scoop right here. Of course, you could exchange Gamasiel with any other Kaiju or with Sphere Mode, even Lava Golem for that purpose. So this deck is really, really glass cannon, especially playing it that way. And so it's not. It's good, of course, if you go first and your opponent hasn't got anything. But it's like DDD, right? If you're going second, you really have a really, really bad time. And if you lose your field once, you have at least really pretty much no resurrection. I mean, of course, you could play a little less and don't overextend that much. But you don't have too much resurrection later on. I mean, you could play a Soul Charge if you get it off, but that probably is a one-off in your deck because it's at 1, and you're not able to have that every time. And so yeah, the deck definitely has its weaknesses, no doubt on that. But yeah, it's an interesting deck. But I don't think it's going to be tier 0 like in the OCG because there are way more consistent decks in our current meta. So thanks you for watching, and see you again. Stay greedy and peace out.